In the palace of the Phaeacians, Odysseus continues his story. After leaving the land of the Lotus Eaters, his ships sailed on and reached a harsh and wild country inhabited by the Cyclops. Odysseus explains that they were not a people like others. The Cyclopes did not cultivate fields, did not gather in assemblies, and did not live under common laws. Each one ruled alone in his own cave, guided only by his strength. The ships anchored on an island near the land of the sea Cyclops. It was an uninhabited place, rich in pasture and fresh water. Odysseus and his men spent the night there, and in the morning they looked across the sea toward the mainland. Odysseus decided to explore. He chose a single ship and took a small group of companions with him, leaving the others to guard the vessels. He also carried a wineskin. It contained a strong wine given to him long before by the priest Marone. Odysseus had kept it as something precious. He did not yet know how useful it would become, but he had learned that in travel it is wise to carry something that may serve as a gift. They landed on the shore of the Cyclopes and moved inland. They found a large cave, and in front of it grazed many goats and sheep. Inside were baskets filled with cheeses, pails of milk, and well-built pens. Odysseus' companions urged him to take the food and return at once to the ship. But Odysseus chose to remain. He wanted to see who lived there. Odysseus hoped to meet a host willing to offer gifts according to the ancient law of hospitality. He stayed in the cave with 12 companions, waiting for the master to return. At sunset, the master arrived. He was a giant of immense strength, with a single eye in the middle of his forehead. He was Polyphemus, son of Poseidon. He carried a heavy bundle of wood on his shoulders, and when he entered the cave, he drove his flocks before him. Then he lifted a massive stone and set it at the entrance, sealing the cave with a rock that no man could move. Polyphemus immediately noticed the strangers. He asked who they were and where they came from. Odysseus answered carefully, saying they were Greeks returning from Troy and asking for hospitality in the name of Zeus, protector of strangers. But Polyphemus did not honor that law. He declared that he did not fear the gods and that his strength was greater than theirs. Then he approached the companions. He seized 2 men, dashed them to the ground, and killed them. Afterward he devoured them before the others. Odysseus tells, "The Phaeacians have seen plainly the blood, the broken bones, the terror that filled the cave. No one could resist, because the stone at the entrance made escape impossible." During the night, Odysseus considered striking the giant with his sword, but he understood that if he killed him, no one would be able to move the stone blocking the exit, so he waited. At dawn, Polyphemus seized 2 more men and devoured them. Then he drove his flocks outside, sealing the cave again with the same stone. At that moment he understood that strength alone would not save them. A plan was needed. He looked around and saw a great trunk of olive wood that the Cyclops had left. In the cave, Odysseus ordered his companions to cut a piece from it, smooth it, and sharpen it to a point. They hid the stake and waited for the giant's return. At sunset, Polyphemus came back. He brought in the flocks, closed the entrance with the stone, and after milking the animals, seized 2 more men and devoured them. Then Odysseus approached him with the wineskin. He offered him wine. Polyphemus drank and asked the stranger's name. Odysseus answered with a false name. He said that he was called Nobody. The giant drank again until the wine overcame him. When Polyphemus fell into a deep sleep, Odysseus gave the signal to his companions. The plan was ready.